welcome back to TBO. On today's episode, we're back. It's a new year, a new us. We've missed a month, but hey, look, we needed some time apart.
Yeah, you know, it's not like anything big happened in the past month, right?
Honestly, I have not been paying attention, so yeah. We'll cover all of the rough news in TFE this week, and then so for this week we've got Black Panther Wakanda Forever review because nothing else has been out. Dan's finally watched it because it came on Disney Plus, and I figured why not just get a review out because it's cool, and I liked Black Panther, and I'm assuming Dan has thoughts.
It was alright.
Wonderful.
I
mean,
like
that's the same as me. It's good.
It was good. I mean, like I felt like this came out during phase 1 to 3. Everyone would just say, yeah, it was fine. It was, it's whatever. It's like the equivalent of sort of, I would say Ant-Man because I like Ant-Man.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, one of those levels. It's like, yeah, it's fine. It is what it is.
It's a good sequel. Doesn't surpass or ruin the first one.
However, when you compare it to most of the other films in phase 4, it is a brilliant film.
Yeah.
It's so much better than most other films in phase 4.
Yeah, it's actually good.
Yeah, it's actually a competent film. I can't believe I'm saying this about a Marvel film. My only biggest...
I felt like all the films were competent. It was just more that this one actually had a point to it.
Yeah, I think my biggest problem with it was probably phase 5, the act of it, Act 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, by the way, full spoilers.
Full spoilers, yeah. Act 3, when they're kind of just fighting on a Wakandan boat.
Yeah, I did find that weird.
Yeah, it's like, why are they fighting on a Wakandan boat?
Why go to the water? I guess they want to go to the water I get the point of it.
Yeah, but you can still, make an airship.
Yeah, just drop bombs from the sky. Only then Namor can get to you.
Yeah, and it seemed to cope with him really easily.
You also have ships. You brought planes with you.
Yeah, you just had to fight on the water for some bizarre reason.
Yeah, just bring a bomber. All your ships hover. You have hover ships.
Weird thing.
Okay, so did you like the respectful funeral and all of the touching things about Chadwick Boseman?
Yeah, I imagine if I watched it when it came out on the cinema, I may have felt a bit more emotion about the whole thing.
Yeah. So I have a fun story about watching this in the cinema. Basically, I was leaving my old job, so I'd booked the last day of my job was on the day Black Panther came out, so that I could go watch it after work. And then so I decided, I'll invite some people from work and make a day of it and whatnot. So some of the people from work were like, yeah, let's go. And then one person was like, yeah, I'll come. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're going to be able to make it? And they were like, yeah. And then so we have all of the leaving thing. And so we start heading down there. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, I'll catch up with you and I'll meet you there, whatnot. And then we get there and we're waiting around going, oh, the movie's about to start. Where's this guy? And we ring him up and he goes, oh, yeah, I'm still at work working. But everyone else at work had left. So they were still working, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'll walk down there. And we all went, yeah, it's 20 minutes to walk down to the cinema, and the movie's about to start in 10 minutes. And he was like, yeah, no, it'll be fine. So we go in and we sit down, all the credits are started and everything. The funeral stuff's on, we have the touching tribute to Chadwick Boseman, and then the guy comes in with a flashlight of his phone during the funeral and then starts walking across a bunch of people in front of us because he thinks that's us. Goes, oh shoot, turns around with the flashlight, flashing it everywhere during this touching, heartwarming scene. And starts there's a seat at the end of the row next to one of our people from work. And rather than sit there, they walk across every single person in our group and then sit at the end of that, flashing a light during Chadwick, the funeral scene. So yeah, that was my experience at the first time.
Yeah.
Did you like the little bit where the coffin gets beamed up?
Where's it go
really
after
weird. That? I guess to a burial site.
Like I said, it just doesn't really...
I don't get why they made it go up.
Yeah, it's also kind of weird.
It's really weird. It was the one weird thing about it. I was just like, why do that? Everything else is really nice, but then you put the Marvel bit on it, and it's just you didn't need that.
No,
because it's a weird coffin as well.
I think the coffin design was good. I like the coffin design.
Oh yeah, but it's a weird. It looked really weird in that moment because it's stands up and then it's just hovering, and it's got a blue beam around it, and then it goes. And and you're like, oh, okay, that was weird.
I feel like that was the best way they could have dealt with it, if I'm honest. I don't think... I have no criticisms of how they dealt with it.
I feel if they just cut it before that bit, that would have made it...
Yeah, maybe not the beaming up bit, but apart from that, I would say everything else
I felt it was done well. I liked the silence on the Marvel flipping pages with all of Chadwick Boseman. That was nice.
Yeah, and also how they didn't say directly how he died in the film, sorry.
No, it's just this thing has taken him.
Yeah, and I think that's... some people might criticize it to say, oh, it doesn't fit the story. But if you take that, take it away from the context of the story and what happened in real life, I think it's much more respectful.
I do find it fun that they just have the little white balls.
Yeah.
DNA sequences in real life. Let's play with some blue and red balls. And then they go green if it works. I thought there's some weird stuff in it, but overall I liked it.
And for me, I don't know what it is, but I didn't buy Shuri's emotion.
What, of being sad?
Yeah, in the whole film,
she had some weird
feel natural.
I thought the Mum's was really good.
Mum's was very good, yeah, but Shuri's, as the main character, I just didn't feel that sort of connection.
Well, she didn't believe in diseases.
No, yeah. And but in a way, maybe that's what we're meant to be, because the whole thing was about how she felt it was her responsibility and her own fault, and it was about her own...
Yeah.
She felt responsible, and it was more... I think she more felt guilty rather than actual sorrow and grief. Until you see the last moments in the film, in the post-credit scene, just before that, where that's actual genuine grief. And she's processing her grief. So maybe that is intentional.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the one to say
we don't know.
We're not reviewing this, are we? We're just discussing it.
Yeah, we gave up on trying to review stuff because we're not reviewers.
We're not reviewers, and it's more fun to just discuss things, isn't it?
Yeah, just point out things we liked, things we didn't like. The story in general, I thought was all right. I liked Namor. Namor's a good villain.
Yeah, well, he's more of an anti-hero.
Yeah,
because he's going to come back at some point. Probably Black Panther 3. We'll see exactly what he prophesized.
Yeah, I reckon we'll see the US at war with Wakanda and Wakanda having to go to help, or at least maybe going to them for help. It'll be interesting. Or it could just end up like most of the plot threads in Phase 4 where it just results in nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, we spoke about Queen Ramonda. I think she's brilliant. Her death
very well deserved of the award nomination she got.
Yeah.
Her performance was crazy good.
Especially that scene where she's like, I've lost everything. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
I
love the courtroom scene where all of the Dora Milaje come in and just bring in the US agents, or I imagine it's the US.
No, it's French.
Because it's maybe
they said it was France. They said
no. They just said one of them.
No, she said one of them, and then she said French afterwards.
I don't think she. I don't. Maybe they.
I picked up on it because I remember hearing about it. She said, "Oh, one of you," and then she said something about France.
No, because I think she said that they weren't gonna. I don't remember. It's been a while. I haven't watched it since.
From what I remember watching it yesterday.
Yeah,
they said it was France.
I'll believe you. I'm not disagreeing, but I remember that they didn't say it, and I would think that they.
It was the US Navy SEALs that were killed in finding the vibranium.
Maybe. I thought it was just like a UN diplomat, which we won't reveal. I thought that was the thing. If you're saying that they revealed it, then yeah, that's me misremembering.
No, they didn't say they won't reveal it. She said, oh, one of the UN member states to do this, and then sending proof of which nation to your phone.
Yeah.
And then they
I don't think it was
French. Well, it wasn't so. It was just like, oh, it was France. It was a very subtle line.
Fair enough. Okay.
It was like something about maybe the French shouldn't steal our vibranium or something because like they're trying to make weapons. They said something like that.
Fair enough.
Because that's what they talk about, and that's
a sign. I thought it might have been like they showed France when they were revealing that line, like we're not going to say, and then it hovers over the French person at the table.
No, she actually says something. I think they do that as well, but I remember Queen Ramonda saying something about French. I can't remember the exact line though. Okay, so let's talk about... I want to talk about Everett Ross and
Valentina...
That's it.
De Fontaine Allegra de something or rather.
Yeah, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Yeah.
Just saw it on my
Did you
Wikipedia
like
page.
that it was revealed that they were married at some point?
I wouldn't say I necessarily liked it. I was more just like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I don't know why they're in it. They got to have the white boy back, and then they got to have future plot point.
Yeah, except this felt really forced in.
Yeah, I mean Everett Ross was all right. The Valentina stuff was just like, oh, okay, we're just quickly running through. Oh yeah, they're divorced. Oh yeah, they're gonna be. Oh yeah, she's the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. now. Yeah.
Because are you really telling me they needed to bring Everett Ross back?
Yeah, because they
couldn't have worked the story without him.
Well, they didn't need to, but he is their favorite colonizer.
Yeah, I do remember the joke at the end, seeing the colonizer in chains.
Yeah,
that was I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, it was inevitable because he's part of the main cast of the first one. They're going to always bring back the token white guy in the movie. I don't know if he had much to do. That was the thing. Because I thought bring him back for the one bit where he helps them get the information for finding Riri Williams that we will discuss later. And then you can just have him go away and the rest of the story doesn't need to involve him.
Yeah, and I also felt like Val was actually in it too much. She didn't do anything.
Well, she says that she bugged the beads.
Yeah, that's the one scene. That's only one important scene she's in. And the rest of the scenes, they're not important. And I would much rather for just to... It would have been so much better if it was just... like a one-liner saying, "Oh, Valentina did this." You don't need to have her in that whole film.
No, she's not necessary.
You have her in the other shows, and of course, this is setting up Thunderbolts. We know this.
Yes. Do you reckon they're going to recruit Riri Williams for Thunderbolts?
Who's Riri Williams?
The Ironheart. The girl that they're trying to get.
No, that's not going to be... She's not gonna be
the whole reason the plot exists is because of the girl who made the vibranium detector.
Yeah.
Who's going to be Ironheart, who's going to have her own show, whose Iron Man suit is garbage.
Yeah, more or less. That sounds about...
I really hate that design for that suit. It looks so shit. Both suit designs were garbage.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm not saying that the CGI people who didn't put time and effort into it, but the designs were bad.
They definitely were. What was the name of the new Dora Milaje suits for?
The Night Angels or something like that.
Yeah, it's got a weird name, but I didn't like it.
I thought they were fine. I just don't... They were weird CGI suits that the actresses didn't look good in.
Which is weird, because there's so much of this film had good CGI, I thought.
Yeah, I thought all the... Well, yeah.
Maybe the underwater stuff was not as good as Avatar. Mind you, Avatar is a bit unique.
I watched this first, so I watched and I went, oh, I like the underwater bits of Black Panther. I wonder how Avatar's gonna do it. And then I watched Avatar and I was like, I hate this movie. I don't care that much about the underwater bits.
No, the underwater bits
takes an hour and 15 minutes to get to the underwater bits.
Oh, that was so stupid.
Check out our Avatar 2 review if you want to hear our thoughts. Yeah, I don't know. I think the swimming, I feel like the weird pressure cabin suit that she's wearing is weird.
Yeah,
I felt that looked out of place. I think all the underwater stuff looked good. It just was very dark, which makes sense because it's underwater, and then they have the sun thing.
I would summarize this film as a very good film, but with just some weird choices made.
It does. I think it's a good film, but it is missing Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
There's something about Chadwick Boseman that's just missing from this film, and I know it's about Chadwick Boseman being gone, but his charisma in those movies and in Infinity War and Endgame and just his presence on screen, like his appearance in Civil War is one of the best moments in that film because just he's got this charismatic charisma.
You want to watch
dominate, whereas I don't think Shuri does.
Yes, and I feel bad for her in a way because she wasn't hired.
She
in
wasn't
the job
meant
role.
to take up this mantle this early,
and she's trying, and I can see she's trying to do that in this film, and the script's trying to make her do it, but it doesn't feel natural and it does feel forced.
Yeah, I think
as hard as it is to say, and I think
she's not
possible to make it.
Yeah, she can't compare to Chadwick, which is a high bar to set yourself when you're now suddenly the lead of the movie.
But that is sort of what I like about her Black Panther sort of arc. She's not trying to be like her brother. She said she's not her brother.
No, I like the moment where Killmonger turns up when she's meant.
Yeah.
Because like she's like, I wanted my mum or I wanted my brother. Why are you here? And it's because her internal thing was calling to Killmonger because she wants revenge and she doesn't want to deal with her mum and brother. Like she's looking for an art like revenge rather than looking for the inner peace of her family being somewhere. And she doesn't believe in the ancestral plane, so she wasn't even expecting anyone to turn up. Which is a bit odd because you're like, yeah, your brother literally said that he did it. So she could believe it's like a hallucinogen.
Just our hypothetical talking. How emotional do you reckon it would have been if Chadwick Boseman pre-recorded that scene in the ancestral plane as she went to see him?
I don't think they would have done it because it would have been a completely different movie. Because I think the original plans were for Chadwick Black Panther to deal with the ramifications of his father's errors with the the Tulakan people.
No, I mean, I know it was.
Oh
what
yeah, I
originally
know,
would be.
I know. But Chadwick Boseman didn't tell anyone he was.
No. But the point is, like, if they did know, and after.
Well, you get that moment in What If?
I suppose you do.
Where, yeah, you get that pre-recorded stuff where I feel like that's the send-off. For his last lines, basically. But I don't know how, because he died before they even started filming this, so I don't know how you would do it. Yeah. Okay, let's just go to the very, very end, because speaking of Chad, did you like the reveal of little Chadwick? Well, not little Chadwick, little T'Challa.
I did. I think it's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if it needed it to say.
No, but I was like,
it's nice.
I'm pretty sure.
It's a heartwarming moment.
Yeah, it also means that they can bring back the Black Panther as T'Challa Black Panther, if they want to. Fucking whatever child gets put in that position. Whew.
Because how it ends, Shuri is not the queen.
No, M'Baku is. Yeah, which I like, because he was already a leader of a thing, and he's happy with the responsibilities of leadership.
Yeah, I don't think Shuri would ever want. She's not political.
She never wanted the position. She was just forced into it, and she's looking to find where she's meant to be in the world, whether or not that is or isn't in Wakanda, because it holds too many sad memories and stuff like that. Then yeah.
Do you think Shuri will carry on being the Black Panther?
Maybe. I don't think Marvel's working with her.
I was going to say, I feel like M'Baku might become the Black Panther.
Well, they've got the herb now, so they can make anyone.
Because it's normally the king becomes a Black Panther.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they would do. They'd have probably multiple. That's a thing. I stand corrected. What's her name? I
really wish I
knew Black Panther's girlfriend.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She wasn't Black Panther, which I was a bit sad about. Nakia.
Ah, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't Black Panther, which I was like, guarantee she will be. It makes sense that she wasn't, but I thought she might take up the mantle. But now she's a mother, I don't think she will, which I'm sad. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so
I prefer her over Lolita Wright, but hey, look, you can't have everything.
I mean, who knows if we have another Black Panther film anytime soon. They've not really ended it that it needs another Black Panther film. Yes, we have that scene from Namor saying, they will just turn for our help. But that is quite open-ended.
Yeah, I don't think they need to have the Black Panther, which sucks. But I think unless there's a story to tell that requires it, I don't think they'll do it. I think they'll just let this rest. They'll probably bring it back in 10 years when that kid's aged into 20.
Yeah, I mean, they may have the Black Panther in the Avengers still, sort of similar to where Hulk is at, where he just sort of appears and other things.
Yeah. They'll probably just have hey, look, the Black Panther's here to help fight, but that's about it. They won't have an emotional arc, really. I feel like they'll just, they might not even have Lolita Wright come back, and they'll just have the character in the background. Who knows? Who knows? They might work with her again.
They might do. Isn't she anti-vaxxer, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, that was the whole. They were causing delays on the set and whatnot, and speaking out. I can't remember the whole details, but yeah, they put Marvel in a very frustrating situation in a very frustrating time. So yeah.
Well, people seem to be a bit more chill about all the anti-vaxxer stuff now.
No.
Slowly, because I think Roger Federer, they're a bit more calm about him being anti-vax.
Oh, I'm sure people are more calm about people being anti-vax. But
that's what I mean. I think people are saying it.
I mean, that's just because the restrictions have eased up, so people are like, well, it doesn't matter anymore, does it?
No, yeah, I think that's what it is now. So maybe she'll be back in it again. Similar to James Gunn, here he came back.
He wasn't anti-vax though.
No, he just said some offensive stuff back in many years ago.
Yeah, but he'd already apologized for that. That was a targeted
yeah, that was a bit stupid. That was a lot stupid.
That was a stupid situation. And now he's the head of DC, so hey, look.
It's quite ironic how it works out, isn't it?
Well, it is, because if they hadn't fired him, he would have never gone to DC to go and get into that position where he actually had good movies and TV shows, and then DC wouldn't have asked because he seemed to have a handle on things. So that whole situation caused DC to swoop him up and nab him. So yeah, it's funny.
I'm really trying to think of something else to say about this film, but
okay. Did you like the Ironheart subplot? Where
once again,
did you even like that character? Because I didn't love it.
I was gonna say I didn't love it either. I don't know what.
I think she's fine. I think she does not look like 16.
No, she doesn't. She looks like 25.
Yeah, she looks about like she looks way too old. Also, her suits were terrible design wise because it was just like the flying didn't work in the first one where she's like escaping the warehouse. It's just her like standing in like in a box.
But once again, the whole thing doesn't feel natural. It just feels forced. Like they forced them to become Ironheart in this film because they just wanted Ironheart in this film. But you didn't need it. I mean, you can have her be the one who makes the vibranium finder, whatever. You don't need to have the actual Ironheart in this film. That's what the TV show's for, to pick up these things.
I am glad that they went, oh yeah, we can't let you have that suit. Thank fuck, it looked terrible. I knew they were going to do it because they want to it's the same with like Daredevil and stuff. They're like, we'll try this suit out and then in the next show, he'll have his red suit back because then we can market different things. It is just, we'll have a different suit every now and again so that we can sell different toys. It's not because they like the suits.
Doesn't Ironheart find a Iron Man suit with Tony Stark as the AI?
Yeah, well, she finds bits and pieces and then it turns out that there is an AI and then Tony Stark helps her roughly. I don't know the full story. I haven't fully.
I imagine they get Robert Downey Jr. to come back and do some lines.
He won't.
Well, they would have paid enough.
Yeah, but I don't think they do. I don't think they do I feel like what will happen is Don Cheadle will turn up and he'll be like the mentor sort of thing.
Maybe for Armor Wars.
Because then that will set up the Armor Wars movie. It's not a TV show anymore.
I'm so glad. Isn't it a special though? A special presentation?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a straight to Disney Plus movie, which makes sense. But I think most of these shows should have been movies.
All of them could have been. Maybe not Loki. Well, no, Loki could have been, to be fair.
Moon Knight, I don't think needed. I think could have worked as if they.
I've seen Moon Knight as a film.
Yeah, I can watch Moon Knight as a film. I think.
Yeah, there's a link on Reddit.
Fair enough.
I found a link of it, and I was like, yeah, this works so much better as a film.
Yeah, I feel like they just have padding. That's the issue. Because they're like, we need, and then they have to have an end cliffhanger, and then it's just like it doesn't end anything really.
No, it's not.
Because that's the problem with them is they can't change too much because they need the movies, which most people will watch, to stay the same.
Let's just hope Marvel Phase 5 is so much better.
Well, we'll find out with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah, talk about Phase 5. But look out for our next episode where we're talking about Phase 5 predictions and Phase 4 wrap-up.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I have much more to say. I think I would have had more to say on the thing, but I think I watched it twice. But I haven't gone back to it. But I haven't gone back to most Marvel Phase 4 stuff.
Well, and I don't think I ever will. We'll talk about Phase 4 in our next episode.
Is there anything else major?
I've got the, what's it called?
Maybe we spoke about Namor a little bit.
Okay, here's something. What about Namor's design? His CGI design?
I liked it. I like the little wing feet. I like that she rips one of them off.
Yeah, and Namor as a character as well. Let's talk about it. I can't remember what's his name?
Yeah, he's I like the underwater people.
Yeah,
I liked his big brooding guy. I like the assassin lady.
I like the designs for the blue people.
Yes. Careful.
Just BO, it just slips off the tongue. Yeah, I like their designs because it seems when they were in water they weren't blue, right?
Yeah, no. The when they're out of the water they're blue. He isn't because he's got both human and fish people DNA.
Yeah, and he's basically a jellyfish because he doesn't have gills.
Yeah. He's the only one who can breathe out of water without the little gill breather thing.
Yeah, but that's because he's got water on his body. So yeah, I find out.
Yes.
Which I think is pretty cool. I think that's actually quite a cool line.
I liked how they defeated, like, cooking him, basically.
Yeah. I think that's
cooking
all
him
good.
like a steak.
Of course, the ending with Shuri sort of giving remorse.
Beach.
It was really obvious that's
oh, yeah, no, they were never going to have them kill each other. I thought, yeah, no, she's never going to kill him.
Yeah, it was so obvious they're setting up for an alliance. Which is what I mean. This whole film just feels forced. Everything about it.
Yeah.
It just feels really unnatural. And I get that's probably due to the passing of Chadwick Boseman, but still. It just felt really forced that they wanted to have the... I don't know what the technical term is.
I think they wanted a conclusion to him so that they had a way out of him suddenly not being in it.
Yeah, and if I really forced to have those Talokans even involved, if I really forced to have Val Allegra de Fontaine,
I think she's way more forced than
she's way more
Namor.
forced. If I was really forced to have Ironheart,
I feel like they kind of screwed the Riri Williams introduction.
Yeah,
because giving her a full Iron Man suit And then I don't know what they're doing for the TV show, but I'm just like, so she's gonna build an Iron Man suit out of scraps that weren't in her warehouse.
I'm calling it now. That TV show's gonna be awful.
Oh yeah,
And I don't mean any disrespect for the actress.
it's not because she's black or anything. It's
No,
just I don't think they're
Marvel
gonna
is
do
gonna
well.
do such an awful script for that show. I think the plot is gonna be terrible.
It could be amazing. It won't
could be.
but
I reckon the
What?
CGI and the plot are both gonna be awful.
Mm,
Excuse you.
yeah,
What else is Phase 5? Oh yeah, Daredevil. That comes out next year.
is it
Yeah, it's Phase
Deadpool
5.
next year?
What comes out this year? Secret Invasion is the next thing. No, it's not. Well, the next TV show.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. I'm looking forward to Ant-Man. I think it might be the best thing. I'm hoping it's the best thing that's come out in the past few years.
2020.
It might not be, but it
Oh,
looks
the
good.
Marvels comes out this year.
Oh god, that's gonna be awful. That is gonna be terrible. I'm calling it now. It's gonna be terrible.
I think it'll be fine. I don't think it would be the worst thing. What If Season 2, Ant-Man,
Okay.
Secret Invasion, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Echo, Loki, Marvels, Ironheart.
Okay, The Marvels may be an alright film, but it's definitely gonna get the most hate on the internet.
Oh yeah, Brie Larson's in it. So.
It's gonna be the most hated Marvel film. On the
I
internet.
reckon
Okay, wait, back on.
Ant-Man will be fine. Yeah, we'll save it. Save it for.
We'll save it.
save
We're
it.
talking too much. We're talking too much.
Yeah.
I'm about to cut this bit out.
Yeah. Overall, solid. Not the best. Not the worst. Best that they could do with the situation, I think.
What would you what would you rate this film?
Let me find our rating system that we made up.
I would give it a solid For the Dark World.
I will give it.
For the record, I don't hate Thor the Dark World. I know people do, but I don't hate it.
I never hated it.
And just to clarify, all the other Marvel films came out Phase 4 all lower than Thor the Dark World.
I'll give it an Are You Not Entertained? Because I was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it an Are You Entertained? Are You Not Entertained? Because I was entertained. So I mean, like, I watched it. I don't know what it compares like watching it at home on a TV in your room, sad and alone, rather than watching it with a bunch of friends in a cinema.
Like I said, I had the same amount of enjoyment as Thor the Dark World when I watched it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't really think much of it. Other than I don't think I need to watch it again. Yeah.
I'll probably watch it again when I do like an MCU rerun.
It's not
I don't know if
something
I'll
you
go
would
out
skip.
of my way.
It's not something you would skip on an MC rerun, but I don't think it's one that you would want to go back and watch just as a one-off.
Yeah.
There's just better films.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I think, like I said, I still think it was the best Marvel thing
There we go.
that came out. Yeah. Thanks for listening. We will see you with our next episode next week.
Quality outro right there. Quality.
Thank you. I tried really hard. I've had a month to prepare.
Just for the record, we said we're going to write scripts for all our intros and our outros. Fantastically done.
Thank you. I try my hardest. This is all part of the script. This is all written down. Even this bit. This is all planned. This is all natural dialogue.
We'll see you later.
But yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.